take a sip of my coffee and we'll get started. All right, hey, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Thank you for clicking on today's video. Hopefully you guys find it just as interesting as I did as I researched what I found. Today we are going to be doing 14 uncommon facts about Valentine's Day. And the things I found were pretty interesting to myself, so I'm hoping you guys find them just as interesting. So today is Friday. Woo! We made it through the week. Yes. The week is just the week. Everybody's got to work. Everybody's got to take their kids to school, doctor's appointments, dental appointments, meetings. You just have a bunch of crap you have to do, right? Well, we survived. It's Friday. Now let's make it through the weekend, yes? Oh. Before I get started, you might notice my eyebrow is half not there anymore. Very light. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you what happened. A little story time here. So I have one of those eyebrow trimmer things. I forgot the name that I got. And I got it a while ago. It's probably about a year old. So I was trying to do it. Let me get a little close here to show you. I was trying to get rid of all the hair underneath. Okay? Well, it wasn't working. So I had just bought a bikini shaver. So I was like, oh, okay. You know what? It's this big. Like, you know, if you use a bikini shaver, you know they're not like the big shavers. They're tiny. And it's one of the bzz ones that it's either electric or battery operated. The one I have is battery operated. But anyways, that doesn't matter. I said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to get real close underneath. I'll just hold my eyebrows up like this and get it done. Okay? So I started doing it and I was like, okay, well, it took one or two off. I started on this side. It took one or two off. And I was like, okay, well, let me just lift it up a little higher. Well, I don't know what happened. I guess it was touching this part of my eyebrow as well. And it kind of made it, it kind of shaved the top layer off. And then I stopped here because I noticed what I was doing. And it kind of made a bald spot there. So that's my story for what happened to me this week. Yesterday, to be exact. Or was it the day before? I don't remember. But anyways, let's get started on today's video. 14 unusual facts about Valentine's Day. And all right, without ado, here we go. Oh, and I have my notes again. Like I said, mom brain can't not have the notes. Coffee. Lots of coffee to keep me going. How about you? All right, so, are you ready? Should I take my glasses off or leave them on? I know there's a glare from my lighting. See it right there in my eyeball? I'll leave them on. All right, so in 269 AD, there was a priest. Now, you guys may have heard this story already. You may have not. Some of these that I'm going to be talking about, you may have already known yourself. You may not know. They might be new to you like they were to me. This one that I'm about to tell you is, I kind of knew about it. I kind of didn't. I really didn't know the full origin of it. So I was glad I looked it up and I'm glad I found it. So in 269 AD, a priest named Saint Valentine. Now, there were other St. Valentines too that I read up on, and some texts that I read, they were saying that there's 8 St. Valentines, and some that I read, there was 3. I'm just going to tell you about this one that I found interesting, but there are more if you want to research it yourself. 269 AD, Saint Valentine was a priest at the time, and this was during the time of Claudius II as the Emperor of Rome. It takes place in Rome. So They called him Claudius the Cruel. He was the ruler at the time, and during this time he felt that young men should not marry. They should rather go fight in the war for Rome. So he outlawed marriage at this time. He outlawed engagement and said, nope, can't do none of that. None of it. Don't even try. If you do, there will be consequences. Well, Saint Valentine did not agree with this at all. He didn't agree that men shouldn't be able to get married to the woman because Claudius wanted them to go fight for their war instead. So, in secret, he continued to marry these handsome young men to these beautiful women. Eventually, Saint Valentine was discovered, and Claudius, I'm sorry, the name just keeps Claudius II put him to death by being beaten and then beheaded. So I don't know if being beaten is what killed him or if he died being beheaded. So hopefully he was already dead before he cut his head off. So that was the outcome for him not agreeing to Claudius's. Now, if you are a pagan, a Wiccan, a Druid, any pagan origin, then you guys just celebrated in bulk. I believe it just ended yesterday. Yes, it did. It just ended yesterday. It celebrated the 2nd through the 4th, I believe. I celebrated on the 2nd. So that's what I did. I want to wish you guys, I hope you had the best celebration ever with your families, your coven, whatever it is. If you do it solitary, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. So if we were in Roman times, then there was a celebration called Lupercalia. And don't come at me if I said it wrong. I apologize. But that is how I see it. And that is how I say it. So it was an ancient Roman festival. It was a bloody, sexually practiced celebration. There was a lot of stuff going on during this time. One of the practices on this day, at this celebration that I found, was men would sacrifice a goat or a dog. I'm sorry, dog lovers and goat lovers. They would sacrifice a goat or a dog, and the woman would line up to be flogged by the skins of these animals in hopes to be fertile. They wanted babies, and they thought by being flogged by these skins would help them get pregnant in the coming months. I don't know about that. Now let's jump into some other countries. India, Malaysia, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan. In these countries, it is a no-no to celebrate Valentine's Day. They do not celebrate it at all. They don't talk about it. Nothing about Valentine's Day. And the reason being that Valentine's Day, as we know, is about lust and love, being together. And in these countries, it is immoral to them to be together unless you are supposed to be together. That's how it is there. If you get caught celebrating this in any way, there would be a severe punishment for whoever it is that is caught. I believe it's in Indonesia that it's not as banned as it is elsewhere. They do celebrate here and there, but it's not a big deal like it is here in California or the United States in general. So do you like the color red? I like the color red. I love red. I love wearing red. I love red in my room, red in my car. I love red. It's one of my favorite colors. Okay? So let me tell you a little bit about the origin of red. When you think of red, when you think of red on Valentine's Day, you think hearts, candy, balloons, toys, whatever little things you get for Valentine's Day or you give for Valentine's Day. They're usually red or pink, right? Or white maybe, mainly red. Well, if you think about it, the color red, you might think when St. Valentine was beheaded, what came out of him? Blood, right? Lots and lots of blood, because I would imagine when you get beheaded, blood comes out. I don't know, I've never seen it, but I've watched it in movies, so I'm a horror fanatic, so I've seen a lot of bloodshed in movies. So the way they make it look is that it just like kind of squirts out. I don't know. If you're a doctor or somebody who knows about blood, let me know in the comments below if that's how it works in the movies. If you hear noise in the background, it's my children. They're playing in their room like good kids, very loud, good kids. Do you send Valentine's Day cards? Who doesn't, right? I mean, if you don't, I don't know about you. But did you know that back in the 1800s, Valentine's Day cards just died off? People stopped sending them. You might get one or two here and there, but for the most part, it went dead. It wasn't until the 1920s that the cards slowly started coming back, and more and more and more, until what we know now, where everybody is getting Valentine's Day cards a week before. Take a trip with me to Germany. Let's go to Germany. I've always wanted to go to Germany. Actually, I want to go to London. So in Germany, and I don't know if this is still practiced, but back in the Middle Ages, women from Germany, girls from Germany would plant onions. Now they would plant them either outside or they would plant them in a pot inside because the weather was pretty cold over there. And they would plant onions, and when the onions would start to sprout, they would write the names of boys that they liked and potentially wanted to be with. And they would write these names, and the theory goes that when the onions would start to grow, they would let them grow for a certain amount of time before they looked, and the onion that stayed smallest and closest to the dirt would be their Valentine, or be the man that they marry for the rest of their life. Now, jump back to the Valentine's Day cards. Do you like getting them? Do you receive them? It's said that 15% of women send Valentine's Day cards to themselves. Not just cards, but they're sending chocolates and flowers, presents, to themselves. So they'll be sitting at work, and the flower man or the candy man or whoever comes will bring them a box of chocolates and some balloons or a cake, or I don't know, whatever it is they want to send themselves on Valentine's Day. And I found that pretty interesting. I've never sent myself anything. If you've sent yourself anything, let me know. I would love to hear your stories down below. And I would love to know why. Why do you guys send yourself something? Is it because you want somebody else that you might like to think that, to get jealous? Or what would be the reason? Now, let's get a big smoocheroo, right? Do you get kissed in the morning? I get kissed every morning. I make sure I kiss my husband every single morning. every night, and then throughout the day whenever I just randomly say, kiss me. Now, if you get kissed on Valentine's Day morning, before you are awake, this is the thing, you have to still be sleeping when your loved one gives you a kiss. He or she has to wake you up with this kiss, and if they do, it's said that you will have good luck all day on Valentine's Day. So, husbands, kiss your wives. Girlfriends, kiss your boyfriends. Wives, kiss your husbands. Kiss whoever it is that you love that morning before they wake up. You might want to stay inside for this one or wear a blindfold. I would just stay inside, not even look out my window. It's said that in medieval times they had a belief where when you went outside or you looked at it, even inside your home, if they weren't married already, the first single person that you saw was going to be the person that you married and be with the rest of your life. So it could be somebody that you just did not like, somebody that you did not find cute or handsome or funny or whatever it is. You were going to marry them because you looked at them right in the eye. Do you know? Do you know what XOXO stands for? We know. If you don't know, let me tell you. Kisses in love, kisses in love. Okay? Well, again, in the mid-century, they did not know how to spell their names. They did not know how to spell much. Some did, some didn't. So the origin of the XOXO is they would sign off their name with an X, and that would mean love. And that's how XOXO got started. They would just sign it off to their lovers as X. Take a trip with me to Japan. Japan, that is another country that I will visit. One of these days, I will go to Japan. Valentine's Day is based more towards the men. The women celebrate the men. They send the men candy, the gifts, the food. They cook for them, clean for them, whatever it is. They celebrate them on Valentine's Day. It's all about the men. They do have a day in March, and in March, I will be doing a video on this because I found it pretty interesting. The day in March is kind of like the Valentine's Day for women over there, but it's called White Day, I believe. I'll get into that in March, though. So stay tuned for that video if you're interested. Chocolate. Yes. Yeah, chocolate. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I like chocolate. Reese's, M&M's, what else? Rolos. My favorite personally is the Reese's peanut butter cups. Well, back in 1800, there were doctors who would give patients chocolate as a remedy for a broken heart, or if you lost a loved one, they would give you the chocolate to heal you. And if that's the cure, then a lot of us should be cured, because I think a lot of people eat chocolate, right? I know I do. Chocolate and orange juice on certain days when Aunt Flo's is coming, that's my cure. But I never tried it for a broken heart, and I hope I never ever have to. Just clean off my sleeve there. Oh. Do you wear your heart on your sleeve? I'm sure we've all heard this saying, right? Wear your heart on your sleeve, you wear your heart on your sleeve. She wears her heart on her sleeve. I've heard it. I've heard it many times in high school all the way up to now. I always hear it. Well, the origin of wearing your heart on your sleeve. Well, the origin of wearing your heart on your sleeve began during the Middle Ages. Women or men would pick a name from usually a glass bowl of some kind. They would pick a name, and that name is the person that they would have be their Valentine, or it would be their person, their boyfriend, I guess you could say, for that year. It depended on what they wanted to do. Usually it was for the year that person would be theirs. And they would wear that heart on their sleeve on Valentine's Day so people would know, he's mine, she's mine, don't touch. Oh, and it's February. I think I'm going to start putting monthly birthdays in here somewhere. I have one birthday shout out that I want to give to, and I'm going to put it here or here or here. I don't know. It's here somewhere. But happy birthday to this cutie pie Nala. She's the cutest little dog ever, and she just celebrated her birthday 3 days ago, I believe it was. So happy birthday to you. And her mommy is the best doggy mommy that I know. She celebrates her birthdays, and she gets Christmas presents, and she gets a bunch of love and just everything else. So happy birthday, Nala. We made it to number 14. If you have stuck with me this long, thank you. Please consider subscribing. Hit the like button. Perhaps hit that little bell so you'll get notifications on my next videos. And without ado, let's get into number 14, which is taking me back to the cards, Valentine's Day cards. Who do you think gets the most Valentine's Day cards on this special Heart Love Day? Would it be moms, dads, wives, teachers, who else do you say? Husbands, kids, employers, employees? What do you think? Who is it? Who gets the most cards? Did you guess yet? Well, if you guessed teachers, you're right. Teachers receive the most cards on this day. And I never thought about that. But if you think about it just a little bit, teachers have 27 to 31 kids in their classroom, I believe. That's what the statistic is, which is a lot. That's a lot of kids for one teacher to have. So teachers, power to you, because I can barely handle my 4 on some days. Power to you. Yeah, so they receive the most cards, the most chocolate, flowers, candy, everything. Crazy, huh? Imagine everything they go home with. Wow. I've never thought about it until I did my research on this and found it out. They go home with a crap load of stuff, okay? A lot. All right. Well, that's it for my 14 uncommonly known facts about Valentine's Day. Thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed doing it and researching it. It was fun. And I will see you guys on Monday for my next video. Have a great weekend, a good Friday, good Saturday, good Sunday. Go out with your family, with your loved ones, barbecue, eat something. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. So enjoy it.